Thank you for joining us for another episode of USATF's Journey to Go Zone podcast. I'm your host, Erik and Wallace, joined by the Wallace Spearman Jr., and we have a very, very, very special guest here. Tara Davis-Woodhall, definitely one of my favorite athletes. Young, yes, I said it. Yeah, I said it, not afraid to say it. So if you're not one of my favorites, step your game up. All right.
Trouble lane.
Seriously. Serious trouble right here. Yeah, that is a fact. Capital T.
Capital T.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You know, I got a new shirt.
Nice. I like it.
I'm looking all right, right? You know, Wallace got a new shirt.
Wow.
Talk
you
to
guys
him.
look great.
Yeah.
Support Team USATF and all your running needs. Please
Yeah.
go to usatf.org/store and come cop some gear, man. We would appreciate it. Come
Yeah, you
support
see
the
my-
athletes.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Who runs the world? Eric.
Extra
Eric
medium.
World.
Extra medium. You know what I'm saying? Got to make something for the skinny brothers. Well, how are you?
I'm good. I'm, in the middle of training, in the middle of, one of probably the most stressful times in, I would say, an athlete's life. You're just like in that middle of like, okay, you either compete and prep for the Olympic trials or you stay at home and prep for the Olympic trials. So.
You've been handling that really well because you've been doing a little bit of both. 7-17.
Yeah.
We're going to back it up, though. We're going to back it up.
Okay.
You, 18.
Yes.
2015.
Yes.
First place.
Yes.
You, 20. Third place.
Yes.
Tokyo. 6th.
Yes.
Budapest. First.
Second.
Glasgow, first.
Yes.
6-2-1.
Yes.
Second Olympic Games here coming up pretty soon. Going into the trials. You won the World Indoor Championship. You have the farthest jump, I believe, outside. World lead in a long jump, 7:17 outside. And you are on cruise control right now.
Yeah.
And everybody is confused. So talk to us a little bit about that. You just talked about, making those decisions, deciding, hey, is this going to be a training-focused block or is this going to be, am I going to go be competitive and make money? And you've been managing that really well, and I want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
Because I know your agent, and I used to manage my career like that a little bit, and I like that. Your coach is doing a great job. Family, y'all been doing a great job with that because we saw you in a few events, hurdles, long jumps, sprints, and now you
Relays.
are relays. And now you are like locked in on that runway. What's the difference this year?
I would say the difference is me, first of all, becoming 25, turning 5 last month. And
She just grew up overnight.
I need more hands so I can do the math to figure out how far I got to go back to get to 25.
I feel like I've matured as a person, but not only as a person, but as an athlete as well. It's different now. I have focus literally just on track and field and focusing on just my life and my happiness and my joy in this world. I feel like things got busier, but things got simpler. Now I'm trying to go for gold, which is a dream come true. But I'm just taking it day by day, practice by practice, meet by meet. And I just couldn't be more happier on where I am in the sport. I feel like I've been the underdog. I've been the top dog. I've been on teams before, but this time it just feels different. This time I'm just like going with the flow for sure.
Yeah, and I think you're not going with the flow. You're going with your flow, and it's working, right? I mean, there's a difference between going with the flow and being the flow. And right now you figured that out. And I think maturity is definitely the word that I would pick as well. Athletes usually have a difficulty transitioning into professionalism, right? Like learning. At the collegiate ranks, you have, force systems.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're figuring out who you are as a young woman, and you have to determine, what systems and what foundations work best for you. How did you come up? It was a trial and error?
Oh, it was definitely trial and error. Out of college, so right after the Olympics, I go pro, sign with Champion, do that year, and it was almost like it wasn't a break, but I was trying to like navigate, social media life, traveling, becoming a professional, living with my fiance at the time, and just like literally living a life, not having to tend to school, not having to tend to anyone telling me where I needed to be. So I had freedom, and I haven't had freedom ever. And so I think 2022 was that year of go do whatever you want. It's a off year, but it was the year for Worlds at Eugene. Didn't make that team, which honestly was a blessing in disguise. I think it would have been crazy in my world of time to make that team because I just was not prepared as an athlete. So I'm grateful that I didn't make it, because then it pushed me to become better and then even become more better, so I would never feel that feeling of not making a team again.
Yeah. People don't realize that the dream is a lot easier when you're having it versus when you're living it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you're not equipped with the tools to handle the reality of said, you know, like when you get to that fantasy or you're living your dream, like, oh, okay, now I got my dream job.
Yeah.
I'm on the track. Well, how do I go to work?
Yeah.
like
What do I do?
What do I do?
I'm here now.
Yeah, I have sponsors. like what do I do? So that is great. I appreciate your growth and maturation and watching it, especially because it seemed like it was a rough road for you, but it seemed a little seamless for the audience. Like you flipped the switch on us.
Yeah. I got second place and I got first place taken away from me too many times.
Yeah.
And so at this point I was like, nah, dude, like no one's going to outwork me this year. I got to put something out so far that no one can touch. And I haven't obviously jumped 7:17 before. And so like when I'm jumping those far marks, I'm like, okay, now y'all got to come catch up. Y'all have to PB to come and beat me. And that's what sports should be like. That's what, you know, running and sprinting and throwing, all of that should be like.
You've had some head-to-head competitions in the last 2 years where you've been extremely vocal about your abilities. Do you like banter? Do you like trash talking a little bit? Do you feel like
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. There he is.
Yes.
Yes and no. I like it for the views, but I don't like it for the mental side.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you can get worked up and it kind of can affect you mentally. But if it stays lighthearted, then yeah. But once you start becoming personal with the stuff, that's when
It needs to stop when the competition ends.
yeah.
And I
exactly.
definitely agree with that. And I'll say, for as much media attention as you all have gotten for that, and I remember, I think the highlight for me, for you all competing, was in Bermuda, the competition there. So with all that set aside, you yourself and Q are actually a big reason why there's women long jump in the New York meet. You all joined forces off the track to make sure that there was women represented in the long jump at this event.
Thank you.
You are becoming more than an athlete and using your voice. I couldn't be more proud. Huh?
Thank you. Yeah. I texted you and then you also called me and I was like, hey, yo, like.
It wasn't me. It was somebody else.
Someone else, whoever was up at the higher tops.
There we go.
I was like, yo, can there be women's long jump at the New York City Grand Prix? And they're like, we'll think about it. Like, we'll think about that. And I was like, come on, like, let's do it. Like, why not? There's a long jump runway. There's probably a few girls around that need the competition. It doesn't have to be the top athletes. Just anyone can come. Like, let's just do it. There's a long jump runway at every track meet, at every track event. Like, just put it in there. So I was super grateful that whoever said yes to the long jumping at New York City Grand Prix was there.
Out there. Thank you.
I am so thankful. Also because it's hard as a long jumper. You don't want to go overseas just to, even I would say sprinters, you don't want to go overseas right now. You want to stay in home. You want to get all the training you can get from your coach, especially as a collegiate coach that I have. He's focused on NCAAs, and I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity to go overseas, and hopefully that he responds to one of my text messages while he's, in Eugene or at the track with the collegiate athletes. And like, if I'm at home, my dad can come, my husband can come, someone can watch me. And so it's just a little bit easier on me and my journey to Paris to get there.
Absolutely, not so much wear and tear on your body. So you save, some of your good competition, some of your good jumps for trials when you need them, and then you can stay prepared for the games.
Exactly. And then we get to compete in front of the United States home crowd. Not a lot of people get to see me compete. just because I don't really come over to the East Coast that often, or I'm in Europe competing all the time. So I like to come and jump in front of our home crowd.
I might say, so we'll highlight that. And then another thing, this is a guess, and I really haven't had this conversation with you. It might be safe, it might not. And if it's not, then feel free to tell me to kick rocks.
And kick rocks.
There we go. I feel like you're doing really well off the track as well, like financially. Like I feel like you and Hunter are doing a good job, with your brand, with business in Arkansas. I just found out, okay, so I'll tell you. 2 days ago.
Let her tell.
No, you tell it.
2 days ago, there was a young lady who I asked, she works with USA Track and Field. Who's your favorite athlete? Tara Davis. I said, oh, okay. So randomly, I like doing this for whatever reason, picked up the phone and FaceTime her. And of course, she jumps in right on cue. Any fan, like she's not the type of athlete that's going to turn someone away. She's going to sit there and talk to you. The girl answered the phone. Tara was right there, and the young lady said, I don't. She was like, Tara's like, just say hello or how are you?
Yeah.
And she was a good sport, so she writes an email thanking Tara, but like that's the type of person she is. But as far as business, get back to that. Sorry, I got sidetracked. It seems like you're doing really good things off the track as well. Can you highlight any of that?
Yeah. Hunter and I, once I moved to Arkansas, we were like, okay, what's the best way to invest our money? We're young and receiving cash that's, we're not used to. So what do we do with this? Let's not go and blow it. Let's just go invest it. And he's done a very, very good job of managing our income and figuring out the way that we can live comfortably after track and field, because it's going to stop at some point coming in this world. And we want to be able to set up our future for success and set up our future children and their future children. So just allowing ourselves to be financially free. Right now it's like you buckle up your shoes and you get to work, but you also get to enjoy some of the benefits of your work. But at the same time, like, we don't know when this is going to end. We don't know when our careers are going to stop. So let's invest it. We have a couple of Airbnbs in our town, and I think that's one of the best ways that us athletes could just put our money into something. And you build a brand, you build a business within your community in that. And you have your local contractors that are coming in, they know you, we get to hire them for every project that we have. So that's really cool. And I don't know, life's different now. I think back when I literally had like $8 in my bank account, and I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to have my next meal on my table, or when I'm going to be able to do the next, adventure, or go see Hunter in Fayetteville, Arkansas, or him come and see me. We were like driving God amount of hours.
I remember those days. Hunter used to get in trouble at practice. Where were you, Hunter? Oh, I drove to see.
Took a road trip.
What? And coach would be upset.
Yeah, but everything happens for a reason, and I am blessed and thankful that people just allowed us to do what we want to do, and still to this day allow us to do what we want to do. And I think life comes in full circle moments, and like this, like we were on team in Peru when I was like 18, 19 years old, and now
Just
I'm
a baby.
25 sitting on a podcast with you. That's crazy. And then with you, I was watching you at 2012 Olympics and watching you freaking high jump, and I was like, wow, that guy is real cool. And then here I am sitting with you right next to you, or at the time that we were at Starbucks in Albuquerque, which was the most random moment in my life. And I'm like, I'm talking to Erik and he doesn't realize that I've been watching him for basically my entire career. So it's really cool.
All 8 years of her life at that point.
Right, exactly. Right.
I want to highlight this too, E. She said, when I buckle my shoes, I know life is good when you buckling shoes. I'm still tired by I'm still tired by it. I need
to get some more checks.
She done went in my city and took over. I need to figure out how that works.
Exactly.
And then I'll ask this as well. So the last time I was actually with you in New York, you were here for a media summit.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
Following you for that day. Well, first I'm going to be myself. How many times did you get asked the same question?
Oh my God. Oh, that media summit. Was I blessed to be there? Yes. But my lordy, the questions were just repetitive.
Road to Paris?
Yeah.
Repeat. Rinse, lather, repeat.
Oh
repeat,
my gosh.
repeat.
I was like, is anyone going to come up with anything
How
creative?
do you feel about the long jump board? Is that going to...
I was like, okay, guys, I'm done with that question. Can we get a new one? Like, or phrase it differently? But yeah, I mean,
That's
people
good.
want to hear what they want to hear. So
But then they had, who was it? It wasn't TikTok. Who was the group? The social media groups that were there, and like you were creating content.
Snapchat and Threads and
Threads.
stuff.
That's what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're in there, and you already had established a connection with these people to,
Before I came, yeah. That's what I'm doing off the track is like I have a social media agent. I work with Night Media, and they are incredible, and they set Hunter and I up for success off the track too. And being able to be in front of Threads actually in person rather than on the phone, being in front of Snapchat in person, you get to create those relationships for, whatever you need in the future.
And they turned you into a cartoon character.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're missing out on the part where she is getting into video animation voiceover.
Yes.
And
yes.
talk to us a little bit about that, because you like living our Super Saiyan dreams right
Exactly.
now. You know what I mean? Like you got a cartoon.
It's so
down
crazy.
here, like-
Well, one, I did do a cartoon with Roblox. So USATF is partnered with Roblox, and so I have a little Roblox character, which is kind of cute. I've never played Roblox in my life, but my coach's son does, so I did it for them. And I was like, okay, I get to flex on my little Roblox character, which is kind of cool. But I also just had the opportunity to dub over a Brazilian movie called Bionic. It's about a young girl who has a prosthetic leg, and she's competing, and her sister wants to, one up her, and so her sister gets her leg amputated as well, and so they're going back and forth, and I got to dub over this movie for the English version, and honestly, that was the best time I ever had. In the beginning, I was a little nervous, but once I got into it, and that's something I'm very, very interested in doing after or even during, like right now. I really want to be a little cartoon character and just like bebop around. Yeah.
Be like 5 different characters.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
It was really fun. And it got out of my comfort zone for sure. But I was able to just use my voice. And I've always wanted to just use my voice for something, and using it as just a dubbing actor, that was...
And it just happened to be a long jumper, too.
How
right?
insane.
Right.
It's like me and Hunter's life combined.
Exactly.
What?
Right.
That doesn't make... When they pitched it to me, I was like, wait.
Perfect.
Did they, look at our lives and just, combine them together?
Yeah, like, are we owed some royalties for
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What's going on? Like, hold on.
It was so funny.
So do you, obviously, it was comfortable for you. It was the best time of your life to do that, to dub and do a voiceover. What about being on camera? Because I know that's off screen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just get a mic. You maybe get to be at home, reading lines. Clearly you're on camera here, but any aspirations to be an actress, maybe?
I don't know. Not yet. I think after doing this dubbing and knowing that I can, mold into someone else, I think I could. It's just probably going to take a little bit of work and a little bit of practice. But I think I could have a potential future as, a B-roll outside of it, just like a cameo type situation. But I do want to get more into that role of
that world, yeah. That's dope. Support Team USATF and shop all the latest offered Nike USATF running essentials today at usatf.org/store, or use the link in the description below, please.
You also have a favorite spot to go here whenever you're just dropping into New York. You sent me there, and I don't think I could afford it, but you got some new
ink.
Uh-huh.
I got this. Sorry, I'm sweating. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's cowboy hat and cowboy boots. I'll forever have my cowboy hat, cowboy boots on it. But anytime I come to New York, I have a New York tattoo artist. It's his name's Chang.
Look at you.
Look, he's fine line. He's real expensive. Fine line over here is real expensive.
But he hooks you up though.
He does hook me up. But I know his work's gonna be good, and I know I've gone to a few other tattoo artists that just don't do what I really want them to do. But yeah, I got.
What does he do? He does, his technique is different.
It's fine line tattoo.
And explain that for people.
Fine line tattoo is just how normal tattoos are dark, deep, and they're just really bold. Well, these were thin and dainty, and I'm a dainty, small person, and I don't want harsh tattoos all over me. But he did my Olympic rings. He did. I have Olympian written in Japanese on my back. He did that. He did my B tattoo, and I have endless possibilities. And
Is that a dandelion right there?
yeah, it's sunflower.
Oh, sunflower.
Yeah, see, it looks like a dandelion because the last person that gave me that tattoo got the thick needle. Yes, see? That's why I go to Chang.
Shout out to Chang.
Shout out to Chang Tattoo for you.
I like it. And I'm about to say, here, E, I'll show you this. I'm not sure. Actually, we'll see if we can show Jules first. Yes, this is me before you get your jokes going. And Tara.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. You look like a Pixar character. For real.
We're so cute.
Is that in Peru?
This was in New York at the media summit.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do it. And Tara was like, come over here and take this picture. Yes, ma'am. Turned me into a cartoon. I was like, this is...
You kind of liked it, though.
I did. I couldn't tell anybody in the moment.
Both of y'all going to be cartoon characters out here.
Look, yeah.
I got some work to do on mine.
I feel like cool. I feel like they can take your profile, make it like a new Incredibles character or something. We need some animation.
You guys hear that? Make me a new Incredible.
What would your superpower be?
Kids animation.
Probably flying, duh. But if anything, I would want to be invisible. I want to hear what y'all talking about.
Oh, and please no. Invisible? And that's why she's called Trouble Lane.
What y'all talking about? I know. My ears are ringing.
So you'd be a flying invisible person.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more. That's 2 powers. Give you one more.
Probably the ability to heal.
Okay.
I would love to heal.
That's the athlete in you.
I'm a nurturing person, and I'm like,
heal others.
Heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
I like that.
Oh, thanks. I like to heal.
So, any other aspirations and passions outside of doing? Clearly, you like to do voiceovers. Mm-hmm. Clearly, you are not a stranger to shopping, as we learned before we got on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we ain't talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that because we were talking about being financially healthy.
Yeah. Hunter doesn't like that minute.
You buckling stuff up.
Boop.
But what else you got going on?
I really want to get into fashion and get into the model industry. However that may look, I'm not the standard model at all. I'm 5'3", and I'm very muscular, and I really want that to be a normal. I want that to be norm, and I want that to be, you don't have to be 5'10", slender and skinny and blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, you can be 5'3", 5 foot nothing, muscular, and showing the world that women do have muscles, and like that's what I want to be a part
really
of.
5'3"?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a small fry.
I didn't know that.
You got a big personality though.
I'm 6 foot on TV.
I'd be 6'4", and then with the hat, 7 foot.
Soul of a 6'4".
Yes. No. The confidence is 6'1".
I definitely agree with that. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Lightning.
Yep. You want to pop it off?
No, you got it.
All right, this next portion of this next segment is get to know an athlete.
Okay.
So we have Trouble Lane here with us.
Okay.
So we're going to ask you a few questions. You can give us an answer and then give us a
reasoning?
Exactly.
Okay.
So hold on, wait. Before we get started, a door just opened on the side of the camera. You couldn't see it. Amy Begley is still fast as crap. She just hit a gear to go catch the door, so you all didn't hear it on camera. I haven't seen her move that fast in a long time.
Like Muhammad Ali, she's so fast, she turned off the light and was in the bed before the room.
Man, I saw that. It said speed is invisible until you actually see it. So there you go. Okay, Amy, you still got it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going Tesla, your regular Tesla, or Cybertruck?
Tesla Model X.
Which one? Model X?
Yeah, I have a Model X.
That's what you'd pick right now? That's what you're going with?
Yeah, that Cybertruck is ridiculous.
You don't like it?
I drove it. It was cool. I like my Model X. I like my Falcon doors. I like my it's all black, so it's like black cat energy.
Okay. All right. Speaking of colors, then, favorite color?
Pink.
Why?
It's so cute.
I love how she's like so like intense and in your face, but she has this I'm a delicate flower side as well.
I'm just a dainty girl.
All right. Who's more romantic, you or Hunter?
Hunter, for sure.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What's the most romantic thing he's ever done for you that you can remember right now?
He surprised me when we were dating with an Airbnb that had candles, flowers, every single picture of us that we've ever taken hung up from the ceilings. He had a chef cooking for us, and it was literally just one night. And it was
All right,
just
that's
like,
enough because
Hey, he dilute my romance.
Hey, all the women who ever heard that, forget that. Don't judge your man.
Valentine's Day,
You need to go get a Hallmark card and relax.
Valentine's Day, he loaded up the house with roses. Everywhere you looked, there was roses everywhere. Bathroom, bathtub, closet, kitchen, other guest bathroom, roses everywhere.
Let me tell you why I'm not romantic. Because when she said that, all I can think about is who gonna clean all that up whenever it's done.
Listen, I'll clean it up for you. I will clean it up. Thank you. Oh my God.
All right, since we have a special guest over here on the side of us as well, whose personality do you portray more, your mother or your father?
My father. But
yes.
don't get me worked up because then I'm like my mama.
I retract my statement. My apologies.
What y'all see on social media of me like trash talking and back talking, that's my mom.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know she get active.
Mama
on
got an
Twitter.
attitude. Oh.
Tara get crazy on Twitter.
I
too.
do. I get a little
she gets
feisty on
I
Twitter.
see you. I like it though. But it seems like you and your dad are really close. I can say
We
like you
are.
are road dogs whenever
Yeah.
he's on these meets with you.
Yeah. My dad and I are really close. He was my coach when I was 4 years old up until I was 18. Throughout college, I would call him every single day, tell him about my practices. Even to this day, he comes to all my meets. And that's one thing I want my parents to do, is come to all of my meets if they can. They put in so much work and so much sacrifice for me when I was younger, you know, all buying all of the new spikes, taking me to all these new events. And living in California, you had to travel a lot to go to these track meets. And so spending so much money on me, as, you know, they just betted on me and not literally betted, but, you know, betted on me to make sure like I could, you know, become someone that I dreamed of, and, you know, allowed me to reach my goals and aspirations. And now the only thing I can do is give back and have them come to all my track meets.
And I'm sure whenever you and Hunter have kids, you'll be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And all your kids will probably be walking around with the coolest uniforms on their
Yeah.
pictures on them. They're probably gonna have some sort of. They're gonna be able to tell your kids are gonna teleport. They're gonna be the first kids to teleport in the track meet.
They gonna have all type of reflective gear.
Exactly.
No, not that lime
Sunglasses.
green, not the lime green.
Not the boat green.
No.
Oh.
I do not like that highlighter yellow. It reminds me of too much of that AAU type. You remember
Yeah, AAU.
when all
Soundtrack.
those coaches were out
Everybody
there?
got the little
We
starter
want to
kit.
stand out.
Kids got on them headbands.
Oh my God.
3 inches thick. Oh no, let's stop talking.
Socks all the way up to you.
Sorry,
I
little
know,
kids who
I
actually
used to
do
wear
that.
my socks all the way up to there. Yeah, don't wear your
I-
socks all the way up to there.
It
doesn't.
it
age
doesn't
well.
do anything.
And when you finish competing, high school kids, I'm sorry, when you finish competing, don't wear your spikes.
Take your spikes off.
Thank you.
Take your spikes off.
All right. You watch Wildin' Out?
Yeah, I did.
Do you ever see the portion where they say plead the fifth?
No.
Well, there's a portion where they do that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can make you plead the fifth. You
Oh,
ready?
okay.
So you attended the University of Georgia,
Okay.
University of Texas,
Okay.
and now you train at Arkansas.
Okay.
Which one's your favorite coach?
Arkansas. Coach Guffey.
I don't even want to ask you the other question. I'm a little gun shy.
Go for it.
No.
Go for it. Do it.
That's
Like, make me plead the fifth.
Least favorite coach. Please plead the fifth.
plead the fifth.
Make her do it. Don't do it.
Okay, honestly,
No, I was just joking. No,
No,
listen.
you don't know. Don't do
Okay, you're grown. You can do it if you like.
Georgia. Me and that coach just did not get along very well.
That's fair. But you still had some great performances.
I did have great performances. Thank you, Dad.
Oh,
This game is over with. I plead the fifth. This is the first contestant to make me stop asking questions.
Hey, this is my mom's side now.
yeah, right.
I should have known who I was dealing with.
She just told you too. She just told you. Well, Tara, is there anything else you want to tell us? Did we leave anything out? I feel like we both know you a little well, and I think you do a good job of sharing who you are with the world.
Yeah.
Anything else out there? Did we drop the ball? No.
No, but I do want to say all to my Twitter haters.
She's looking right at the camera too.
You guys are really fun, but there's a time and place. And there's a time and place where y'all can support athletes, and there's a time and place where y'all can bash athletes. And that is not on social media. You should just do that inside your own home. I know that y'all want to have a conversation and conversation starters or whatever, but we are people at the end of the day, and those words hurt. And we are just trying to go out there and do our job and just be, live our dreams and goals. And for you guys to have an opinion about every single thing that we do, it's not fun. It's really annoying. But, if you want to do it, that's your life. But at the end of the day, we're the ones out here, not you. Thank you. Mwah.
I'll just say this to add on to that. You can hate all you want because at least you watching.
At least my name's in your mouth.
Because she's not watching.
Act right before you get smacked right.
I can tell she's matured a lot because I thought that was going to be a lot more intense than it was.
Listen,
No, that was great.
It was going to be, but...
Speaking of Twitter, let them know where they can find you on social media.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at _TAARRA_. We're trying to get that changed to just Tara. You can find me on TikTok at Tara. And you can find me on X tar _ because my name is Tara, not Tara. Tara. Tara Davis-Woodhall. I'm here.
You're right.
Wallace Spearman's here. Erik and Wallace here, and we're out.
We're out.
And I will be staying at your Airbnb this week.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of USATF Journey Goes On podcast. Peace.
Bye.